Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And today we have some catching up to do on the recent interim reports regarding new characters, regarding new updates. Now I know I've been hitting you guys with a lot of kind of speculation videos, then we had the confirmed reports about Apocalypse from the San Diego Comic-Con, and now more recently we've had the confirmed reports that Titania and Absorbing Man at the very least will be coming in an update. We've gotten a few more kind of pseudo confirmations since then, and while we can't take this as like absolute news and absolute facts, we can almost assume that they are because of the sources. So the first and probably most important one that we got was from Bill Roseman, who tweeted out this about basically the timeline for updates that we can expect. So like some of us were guessing, Apocalypse is being pushed back, probably as part of a larger update, maybe with some new content, new game modes, probably more characters, native tier 2s perhaps, and he won't be coming in the very latest or next update. Instead, or in the meantime, before Apocalypse, as Bill Roseman puts it, we're going to be getting Secret Wars power couple Titania and Absorbing Man. Now, from the wording here, we're getting probably not much more than these two characters, which is fine. The Fear Itself update speculation was a stretch at best on my part, but it is cool to see that, you know, even someone like Bill Roseman, who's the creative director, is acknowledging these things and kind of going along with the timeline that they've set up and already pre-agreed to with Netmarble, which is cool. I would preferably like to hear this directly from Netmarble, but I guess they like to do it a different way. I don't know. Also, he doesn't have a lot of signal, apparently. More recently, and what's more interesting to a lot of people, is this image that we got as far as a new extra character. Now, I mean, excited as we are about having a potentially new Spider-Man character, this does, you know, put into question a lot of things. The most important question being, what is this character? Who are they? And, you know, who can we expect? Well, from the image, we can see a couple of things. Well, we see, obviously, of course, all the spiders, but we also see 1, 2, 3, 4 alternate uniforms for Spider-Man. Now, I know they wanted to kind of pad out the image so it doesn't look empty, but we have to acknowledge the fact that it's not just Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Silk, and this new guy. It's all of Spider-Man's uniforms, and of course, Miles Morales. Sorry, didn't forget about him. I did. Which kind of leads me to believe that there's some possibility, not to rain on everybody's parade, but there is some possibility that it's not a new character, it's a uniform. That would really suck, but I just want to kind of slide that under the rug there, because the image that they provided us, that Netmarble put out there, does include a bunch of uniforms. So it's probably a long shot again, but I'd like to be the cynic of the situation if I can, and say that it is a possibility. However, looking at their wording, Thor has returned from taking on Titania and Absorbing Man. Sad face that he didn't take on the Worthy and Scotty and stuff like that, but whatever. And then it says, has acquainted himself with several characters who have similar powers to himself. Now, Netmarble could be trying to throw us off the scent of who the character is by giving us the, you know, male pronoun here. All of the pronoun warriors, please come to my aid. But if you play around with the picture, if you kind of dial down the contrast and you dial up the saturation, you will see kind of some facial masking outline thing, leading us to believe that this is Miguel O'Hara or Spider-Man 2099. And we alluded to the possibility that he could be included in the game in a previous video when we were dissecting the Sinister Six, I believe, second or third report, when they had in the corner of the newspaper article, which how they were presenting the updates or kind of the teasers, something about Alchemax. And Alchemax, if you guys are not familiar, I'll rehash it one more time, is kind of the chemical or biology-based science lab plant facility that Miguel works at in the comics where he's Spider-Man 2099, who's kind of a badass. Now, people have also mentioned that his costume does have some additional features. There's kind of like a webbed cape behind him that we don't see in this image. I think Netmarble intentionally left those kind of obvious details out so that it wouldn't be super clear who we're getting and that we would have to do some super sleuthing of ourselves. But also, in addition to dialing down the contrast and upping the saturation, if you do this to the image, it looks super psychedelic, and I would love to see a Spider-Verse update where everyone just trips out and it's the 60s all over again. Additionally, they could still be throwing us off, and while it does have the body shape of a male Spider-Man, and it does have that indication of Miguel's mask type for Spider-Man 2099, it could also be other people like Scarlet Spider. There's a long shot again, but it could potentially be Spider-Woman. We've been asking for Jessica Drew to be in this game for a long time, so I do want to throw that one out there and throw my name or her name into the hat, because I would still love to see that character come in. There are still a lot of characters, Ben Reilly, Ben Parker. There's a lot of different iterations of Spider-Man, Spider-Pig that would be really awesome in this game. So I don't want to leave anyone out, but there's a strong indication right now, at least from the information we have from the image. I mean, they intentionally left that piece of information in the image. It wouldn't take a graphic designer much effort to just erase that and get rid of that, so that even if we did play with the levels on the image, we would not have found that part of Miguel's mask. So unless they're being super sneaky, we can probably expect Spider-Man 2099. But if you do want someone else, don't get your hopes down. We may be able to push for others if we kind of keep our options open and keep the opportunity for another character to come out of this to be so. In addition, guys, let me know what you think of the news. I'm a little bit confused personally about how this new Spider-Man or Spider-Girl woman fits into the update schedule of maybe Defenders or not, Titania and Absorbing Man, and maybe nobody else or somebody else, and then Apocalypse and stuff. He definitely doesn't fit in with the last one. Spider-Man plus X-Men and Apocalypse doesn't really make sense. He doesn't fit with the Defenders and that kind of, Hell's Kitchen thing. He doesn't really fit with Titania and Absorbing Man that much. I'm not really sure what the timeline is or how this is going to work. As far as just inserting another character in. I don't know if it's being done for the sake of hype, because, Spider-Verse characters are extremely popular among fans, and this is just an attempt to gain more fans, which I'm cool with. More people playing the game is great. Like and subscribe. But I would love to hear your thoughts and know what you think about the timeline and how this one is going to fit in. If it's going to be a totally different update that maybe comes along with some kind of game mode, some kind of Spider-Verse Battle Royale thingamajig. I don't know. But let me know what your thoughts are. Let's get some, good ideas grinding out of the idea machine. And of course, guys, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.